Hello, thank you for checking out A1 Math, and today we're looking at modeling with linear systems. So let's begin. So today what we want to do is we're going to take a word problem and we're going to make a system of equations and then solve for that system of equations, okay? And some of these problems are similar to what you might see on a standardized test. So pay close attention to make sure it makes sense to you so you can solve these types of problems. Okay, so first, I'm going to read the whole question, and then I'm going to show you what the table over here to the right is, okay? So I'm going to start with this first question here. And it says, Mrs. Hathaway bought a total of 12 items made up of sticky notes and some pens. It doesn't tell you how many sticky notes or how many pens, but just know that they add up to equal 12. The sticky notes cost $4 each, and the pens cost $2 each. She spent a total of $40 on all the items. How many pens and how many sticky notes did she buy? So they got a table over here you can take a look at, and it may be helpful to set up your own table. But um, they have two things here. One, the number of items and the cost. So you got two components here: the number of items and the cost. So the number of items, which was the total, was 12. Well, we don't know how many sticky notes and how many pens, but we know that whatever that total is, if you add it with the number of pens, as far as the sticky notes and pens, you get a total of 12. As far as the cost is concerned, then you're looking at $4 times the number of sticky notes plus $2 times the number of pens, and you add that together, and that's going to equal a total of $40. So now what we're going to do is use this to set up the system of equations to solve it. So I'm going to start back over here, and I'm going to take the pens and the sticky notes, and using N for sticky notes plus pens, that's going to equal a total of 12, and that's one equation. And now we're going to take the $4 for each sticky note plus $2 for each pen. That's going to equal a total of $40. All right, now that we have a system of equations, there's a couple ways we could do it. We can solve for n or p and then plug that in, or we could do elimination. So I'm going to go ahead and do elimination. So I'm going to multiply this top equation by -2. And I can also do -4 to cancel out the n. So I'm just going to cancel out the p's here. That's going to give me negative n, negative 2n minus 2p is equal to negative 24. And now I'm going to write the second equation again. All right, so then now I'm going to go ahead and add vertically here. And that's going to give me 2n plus 0 is equal to 16. And now I have 2n is equal to 16 divided by 2, and n is equal to 8. So the number of sticky notes bought is 8. Okay, now I'm going to figure out how many pins was bought. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. And I could plug it in and I could use the money or I could use the number of items. I'm going to use the number of items. Okay, so I've got n plus p is equal to 12. I'm going to plug in 8 for n. Subtract 8 on both sides, and pen is equal to 4. And it makes sense, if you bought 8 pens and the total number of items is 12, if you bought 8 sticky notes and the total number of items is 12, that it'd be 4 pens bought. So that's it. 4 pens and 8 sticky notes. Okay. So here's another example here. Uh, Bill has 51 dimes and nickels, and the total value of the coins is $4.25. Says how many dimes and how many nickels does he have? So we could pause the video right here and see if you can solve this one. A table's already been started right here. Um, right here, it says the value of the coin. It's exactly what it sounds like it means. Tell me the value of the nickels here, the value of the dimes here. Okay. Go ahead and pause the video here and see if you can solve for this equation. All right, let's take a look at this one. Well, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in on this table and make this right. Okay, so the value of a nickel is 5 cents. So you're gonna take 5 cents and multiply that times the number of nickels. And a dime is 10 cents. And you'll multiply that times the number of dimes. All right, now I'm gonna make my equation, my two equations from this table. Okay, slide back over here, and I'm gonna have my nickels plus my dimes equal a total of 51 coins. But the amount of money is going to be 5 cents times every nickel plus 10 cents times every dime equal to $4.25. All right, so now again, there's multiple ways of doing it. And if you want to, you can solve for n um, and plug that value in. But I think it'd be easier just to multiply this top equation by negative 0.10 or negative zero point 0.1. Okay, and I'm gonna leave the zero on there so you realize it's 10 cents. All right, so now I'm gonna have negative 0.10 times n minus 0.10 times d is equal to negative 5.1. Another way to look at that is $5.10. And then the second equation, I'm just going to write it just like it is. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and add, and I'm going to cancel out the middle part here, and that's going to give me 0. Here, um, the negative $5.10 from $4.25 is going to be 85 cents. And over here, negative 10 minus a nickel is going to be a nickel, negative 0.05 N. Okay, and this is going to simplify down to 0.05. It's equal to 0.85. And then, oh, left off the N. and divide by 0.05 negative. This is negative here too. And then n is equal to 17. So the number of nickels I have is 17. All right. Now, all I gotta do now is find the number of dimes, and I'm gonna do that by plugging it back into the original equation. Okay. And you can pick either one still, but I'm gonna plug it into the first one here. I've got 17 nickels plus so many dimes is equal to 51. Subtract 17. And the number of dimes I have is 34. All right. So that is modeling a system of linear equations. A couple of examples here. I want to thank you for checking out A1 Math and have a nice day.